Hi, on today's show, discussion topic and opinion on whether it might be better to go for DVDs or downloadable product, an interview with absinthe aficionado and acerbic comedian magician Paul Nathan, a question from Simon Southern of England, and my YouTube rant. My name is James and this is Magic News Television. DVDs or internet digital downloads, which way do you think is the best for you? For sure, if you're buying a DVD that comes with a special gimmick or a special prop or a gaffed set of cards, yeah, of course, then you have to buy the DVD. But for purely digital information, there's nothing else except the information on the DVD, don't you think that an internet download would be the best way to go? Well, I think so, and I'll give you my opinion if you'd care to hear it, is that a DVD, there are more costs involved in production. Of course, you still have to pay the talent for both of them. You still have to pay the production costs for DVDs and digital, but the storage costs are way different. For a download, it's just like a few nanobytes held on a computer or held on a server somewhere that you can access after paying with a click of a mouse. But with a DVD, unless you're buying it in the shop, it has to be delivered. So let's look at the costs, obviously, of a DVD. Production costs, as I mentioned, and talent, that's inherent in both of them. But then you've got the printing of the DVD, the actual cost of the DVD itself, the design element of the DVD, the cover and so on, the actual box of the DVD. Then you have to order a certain amount to keep costs down, and then hope that you actually sell all that stock. Then you've got the cost of the actual stocking it themselves, and then you've got the cost of the distribution, that is to say the post and packaging. DVDs overtook VHS as the quintessential best way to get digital information. It makes sense. So surely it makes sense now to go to downloadable information. And we're talking about downloadable information where you can actually buy it. I'm not talking about pirated information. It's possible at the click of a mouse as well, just to get information from all over the world at the snap of a finger or the click of a mouse. With the downloadable digital DVD, for want of a better expression, you get the information right away. You just go through a process and you get it. It's right there. Yeah, for sure, you can't put it on your shelf and look at it and go, that's nice. But if your raison d'etre or raison d'etre or raison d'etre is to actually use the material, well, it doesn't matter how you get the information. You want the least expensive way to get that information. So I would think a download is the best way to go. Because DVDs, just like they overtook VHS, I think DVDs might generally be on the way out, or maybe they'll work hand in hand. There are some great companies that are using both, obviously. Download Magic for one, Theory 11, and also the big hoo-ha, the big enchiladas, the big boys at Penguin Magic. They do DVDs and downloadable stuff, but it's all dependent on what you want. I myself would love to actually have more downloads available, because then I wouldn't have to worry about them being lost in the post, or pay the extra costs for the extra production, storage, post and packaging, distribution, and so on and so forth. So that's my opinion. Downloadable product is the way to go if it's just for the information, and pay for it accordingly. And I really would like to hear what your thoughts on it are. So if you'd like to leave a comment, please do so below and let me know what you think, and share your thoughts with everybody that watches the show. Magic News Television was lucky enough last year, 2010, at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival to catch an interview with none other than Paul Nathan, a acerbic comedian, magician, entertainer and performer, and well-regarded absinthe aficionado. Not so much of an interview where he divulges on how to do effects, but more of a friendly discussion about who he is, where he's gone, where he's from, who he respects, and what his outlook on magic and the internet is. So here we have Paul Nathan.
Welcome to MagicNews.tv. I'm on TV!
Hi, this is Paul Nathan from San Francisco here at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, taking time again out of his heavy schedule to actually spend a bit of time with our viewers on MagicNews.tv. Hi, Paul.
Hey there, James. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. You're actually working your tail off here at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival because you're not just doing the streets, you're doing other things.
We do Devil on the Deck at 11 o'clock at night. We do I Hate Children at noon in the morning, and we do a show at the Counting House. It's Frisco Fred's Comedy Hour, but Fred's not here this year, so it's 100% Frisco Fred free. It's a lot of fun. Then so that's 3 shows a day. Then we're doing about 3 or 4 shows a day out here on the street. So yeah, it's been a lot of work, but I'm losing weight, so I'm happy.
But you work on the street as well, Paul. You're doing streets and indoors. That takes a toll on your energies, doesn't it?
No, I find it invigorating, actually. We go to bed. I'm using the royal we. I go to bed tired every night and fall right asleep. But it's a lot of work, but it's really, really inspiring and invigorating to be out here. The crowds are wonderful, and it's food. It's food for the artist. It's food.
And what's your take on the fact that there's 13 or 14 magicians all working the same pitches?
Just goes to show that magic is popular among geeks.
And we find sometimes that because I'm there obviously as well, we find sometimes that
if you would piss off, there would be only 13 magicians in the alcoves. You realize that?
All right, so I'll just go then. Thank you. No.
Let's both go. Then there'll only be 12.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have so much fun, I'm sure.
No, it's a blast. And I enjoy actually sitting around waiting for hours and hours for a show and chit-chatting with my fellow magicians, hours between shows.
And what's your take on some of the acts that you see, not the magicians, not the strong performers, but some of the guys that are doing musicians and they're not even getting a crowd?
You want me to talk shit about my fellow performers? Happy to. There's this one breezy up there, just dreadful. What's her? Do you know her name? Like Lisa or Linda or Lori or?
No idea.
It's an L word. L word. Yeah, she's out there, playing her little heart out. But you know what? The thing about the streets is everyone's got a right to be here, and everyone's got an opportunity to be here, and I think that's beautiful. I think that's a really wonderful part of Edinburgh. And if that means that I don't get to do as many shows and entertain as many people, and that the people who walk by have to look at crap instead of watching something brilliant, well, so be it. That's part of the price of freedom, right?
Yeah,
otherwise
true.
The terrorists have won, James.
Yeah, this is true. I've heard some of the guys on the pitches say, well, if they went there, we'd get more shows, but if you choose to make this your living, you have to take everything that goes with it. Yeah?
Absolutely. I mean, it's street performing. You don't like it here, go fly pitch somewhere else. There's 100 other places you can perform. You don't have to work the mile. But you can step a block off the mile, and there's 100 pitches that any busker in the world would be thrilled to work. Gazzo yesterday was banned on the pitch. He went over the day before yesterday. He went over a couple of shows, so they said, okay, you can't work today. That's your punishment. And so yesterday he went, fly pitched, did 5 shows in a row. Bang, bang, bang. Made bank,
In looking at last week's episode, I saw it was 20 minutes long. That's quite a bit of time for you to be watching something when you could be doing something else. So to make this episode condensed, we've only done a teaser of the interview with Paul Nathan. If you wish to see the whole interview, just go to a new page above, interview, and then you can sit down and relax and watch the whole interview as it unfolds. Since we launched Magic News Television last week, I've been getting a ream of emails about one particular segment, my YouTube rant. If you remember, last week we talked about what's good in magic and bad in magic on YouTube. And this week it's pretty much the same but with a different slant. It's moreover about flourishes and foisting magic on people that might not actually want to be involved. It's certainly got a lot of interest. Not only have I received a lot of emails about it, but it has been discussed on various magical forums. So this week is my YouTube rant. Delving into YouTube, like we said last week, can bring us some stuff that would make us go, ah! At least this guy has something to say about it.
I'm so excited about this.
Excited? About what? Nope, that's not it. Oh, I get it. He's showing off. Performing a wonderful illusion with a deck of cards for Moby's edification.
I'm so excited about this.
At least he's excited about it. But doesn't Moby seem less than excited? that guy has got to be better than these two guys who are all alone in their room playing with their decks. And yes, you guessed it, Moby is still less than excited. Oh, come on! These guys really need to get out more.
You know what we do. Enjoy.
Yeah, we know what you're doing. Misrepresenting the performance of magic to those who couldn't care less as to what your performance was or what the trick is. And then you have the audacity to share it with the rest of the world. But there's always the pause button or the stop button, don't you think? Yes, YouTube throws up all manner of different things in the world of magic that make you wince, make you cry, make you and make you even go, oh, now that's interesting. Here's something of wonderful beauty though. Oh heck, I'll just let it play. But it's not just the flourish, it's the whole schmear of it. It's the editing, it's the filming, it's the after effects, it's the direction, it's the production, it's the whole kit and caboodle to bring together that beautiful piece of magic which lasts for only 45 seconds. Not magic per se, a flourish, but hey, the whole thing, don't you think that's magic? Please don't think me harsh, but really, this? And this? But hey, YouTube does throw up some surprising choices of viewing, but some of them really are beautiful. Yes, YouTube, love it or hate it, it's out there. It is the recognised leader in the whole gamut of video sharing websites. Next week, we've got some more to wet your whistle, make you smile, make you laugh, if but for a while. I'm James for Magic News Television. You gotta love that flourish. Whether you like flourishes in card magic or not, you've got to love that flourish. That's absolutely awesome. Great production values. But now it's time for Ask James. We here at MNTV Magic News Television thought we were onto a great idea with the concept of the show, but we didn't realise how much of a response that this particular segment would get. Ask James. That's where you get to ask a question and have it aired live on the show with hopefully a good answer. And if we can't answer it, hopefully those that leave comments below will. Well, we didn't realise that we would get so many emails asking so many questions. But one question that rose to the top, which we feel the answer of which would better benefit the community, was from Simon Sutherland from England. He asks, James, as a student and part-time magician, can you give me any tips and techniques that I can use to better get my magic out there, get better paid gigs, and just get more work? Well, I'm sure that's a question that vexes us all. I can only touch on a couple of the points here, but Simon, a detailed report will be going out to you as a subscriber. And to all of our subscribers, you will be getting that detailed report as well. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and you'll be get that report as just a little gift, as it were. Well, a couple of points you might want to note is obviously we're all doing videos now as magicians, and we're all posting them up on YouTube. It's really quite a relatively easy thing to do. But first off, when you're putting a video together, always make sure that the people you're sharing some magic with and sharing the time and creating that little pocket of energy, make sure that you're videotaping responses that engender and benefit your performance. I've seen some of your stuff, Simon, online, and your website's really quite good. But the video you've got of the two guys with the spray can card, they're not reacting in the way that would benefit your marketing. So I'm not telling you to cheat, but hey, if you're getting strong responses from any of your other magic, get that videotaped. We've all got phones with cameras on them. Get that videotaped and then transpose that onto any particular effect you're doing. Yes, it is cheating, but you're already getting those responses anyway. And you want your people that were going to book you know that you're going to get them. And you are anyway. So it's not cheating, but it's manipulation, if you will. So that's the first thing. Make sure also that your videos are dynamic, not tuber dynamic, but dynamic enough for the people that you want to get booked by to see you in your full glory. Have a beginning, have an end, that is an intro and an outro, and not just go, post the actual segment. Now, YouTube itself is a great form of getting your material out there. Of late, we've had to send out DVDs and brochures and so on. Hey, you can email lots of bookers, lots of potential clients, and then send them to a link to YouTube or to your website. That's all very well and good, but one of the great ways of getting booked by more people is to be obviously seen by more people. And by more people, maybe you want to put up more videos on YouTube, or maybe some of the other video sharing websites that are out there. Now you're probably thinking, that's a great idea. I know I think of that, but oh goodness gracious me, putting up so many videos, creating so many accounts and doing that all the time after, it's so laborious. Yes, it is. It is time consuming, but there's a way around it. There's a company called Pixel Pipe. I found out about it 6 months ago. Pixel Pipe, Pixelpipe. And yes, you do have to put a bit of work in it, 4 or 5 hours, but go to www.pixelpipe.com and then you'll see how many video sharing websites that they connect with. What you have to do is go through the signing in process, the registering process for Pixel Pipe, and also all the other video sharing websites. Yes, that does take time. But guess what? Once you've done that and stored your passwords and your login names with Pixel Pipe, which encrypts it so it's quite safe, when it comes time for you to upload a video, go to Pixel Pipe, upload the video to Pixel Pipe, and then Shazam! Your video is now being shared with 20, 25 video sharing websites or video viewing websites. So there's a possibility of you getting your material in front of so many more people's eyes. Because yes, we all look at YouTube, but there are some that don't. And hey, it even posts to Twitter. And hey, it even posts to Facebook. Pretty cool. Well, another tip and technique, something I've done, which has helped me greatly, is get a Facebook fan page. And in the details in the report I'll be sending you, there's great information on where to get some free resources, because, hey, money is tight sometimes, but some free resources that you can use to get a dynamic Facebook fan page and then start marketing yourself through that. So Simon, that's just a couple of points, 2 or 3 points that I think you should look at. I think that's what we should all look at if you're not doing that already. But Simon, a more detailed report will be wending its way to you in the next few days. And once again, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe now. It's free, and you can unsubscribe at any time, and you will get that report as well. Thanks, Simon, for a great question. And if I couldn't give a full and invigorated answer here, I'm sure those that leave comments below will. Thanks again. I look forward to hearing your comments on this week's episode. Well, that about wraps it up for this week's episode of Magic News Television. I hope you enjoyed it. It's always a bit of a rushed affair at the moment, because being a street performer and busker, having to work and put this together, it does take time and it is a bit rushed, but that will change. Anyway, if you would like to leave a comment on the structure of the show, about the show, any of the content of the show, digital or download, which way you're going to go, please leave a comment below. If you would like to ask a question yourself and have the answer aired live on the show by the team here at Magic News Television, click on the tab above, Ask James, and we'll make sure we air the best questions with hopefully the best answers to better benefit the community. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe over here. As I say, it's free. You can unsubscribe at any time. You won't be given offers and spammed. We don't do that. And you can, as I say, unsubscribe at any time, but also you'll be getting updates, which will come, and also free downloads, which will come, and also timely reminders of when the next episode is coming out, which is a weekly thing. But the thing is, you might not want to remember that. You've got a lot going on, but hey, we'll just give you an email saying, hey, the next episode is here, and you get first dibs at it because you'll be a subscriber. I say again, I hope you enjoyed the show. My name is James, and you've been watching Magic News Television.